It's an iconic Oklahoma landmark, the VW Spiderbug in Lexington. Drive down Route 77 and you can't miss it. Built in the early 1970s, it has always been surrounded by two things woven into the fabric of rural Oklahoma: farms and churches. But in a sign of the times, perhaps a part of a new Oklahoma, its once holy neighbor is now a medical marijuana grow operation.
So this is our original room. So this is where we started.
Josh and Dawn Blevins own Twisted Rue, one of nearly 8,000 licensed marijuana grow operations in Oklahoma. That's the most in the country.
We originally were looking at Colorado, but when Oklahoma went legal, we pretty much uprooted all of our kids and moved to Oklahoma to kind of start over.
It's a story you'll hear from many, chasing a dream and a profit here in the Sooner State. It'll cost you thousands of dollars less to get started here.
Initial business license, property, everything.
It's those low barriers of entry that came together to form a green wave once medical marijuana became legal here in 2018. But was rural Oklahoma ready to ride it?
This legalized, and the next thing you know, you wake up and they're popping up like popcorn.
Sheldon Tatum is the rural water manager in Hughes County, Oklahoma. Population just over 13,000. Tatum says there are about 8 large grow operations in his territory that can each average up to 250,000 gallons of water usage a month. And while many use wells on their property, he worries his 560 residential customers could end up shouldering the cost of the overall increased demand.
Just to drill a new well now for us, you're probably looking at close to $750,000.
Another issue, Tatum says, is aging infrastructure.
It takes often a couple of years for us to even put the wheels in motion for funding to upgrade pumps or anything to that nature.
But these delicate plants don't just need water to stay alive. They need light.
We spent a ton of money up front to run LED light fixtures,
Air conditioning, and the right amount of humidity, all things that require a large amount of electricity.
Our monthly bills in the summer are about $5,000 to $6,000.
And that may sound like a lot, but what effect does a high energy user like a grow have on everyone else's electricity? The answer may surprise you.
In general, these growers are very good for the grid.
Logan Pleasant is the Director of Engineering and Operations at the Lake Region Electric Cooperative, serving parts of 7 Oklahoma counties. He says grows are beneficial because they don't fluctuate as often as, say, an electric car charger. They are consistent and reliable.
And then when they do come on, they tend to come on and stay on. And that type of load is the holy grail of load for the grid.
With around 200 grows in his jurisdiction, so far, he says things have been running pretty smoothly. They've been allowed to attach to the power grid with no major disruptions. But
if their load continues to grow and system upgrades are required, then at that point, we'll go to them and ask for monetary input for those investments.
And that's a scenario already playing out over in Lexington at Twisted Rue.
We're in a position on a new building that we built that we're having to wait till August to get really any kind of power out there because they have to update their substation.
In the meantime, Josh and Dawn are doing what they can to be good stewards of the environment.
This industry creates so much trash.
In a market that has become increasingly saturated, the Blevins say the industry here in Oklahoma is at a turning point.
I think there was definitely a point where you needed to recognize that market was going to happen and the saturation was going to happen to make decisions and changes in the way you're doing business to sustain.
For them, sustaining business has meant looking to be more environmentally friendly.
We've been working with solar panel companies to try to figure out a way to utilize that type of energy.
But the upfront cost is expensive, and with so much competition, prices are going down, which means so are profits.
When the market does drop down like this, people tend to forget about that issue and what can they just utilize for the time being.